criminal scum! What are you doing, tippy-toeing around here, night thief? This is the podcast Raw Dogs. Now, pay the fine or serve your sentence. Then pay with your blood! Ah! Oh! No one gets away with that in my city. No! I've been murdered.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to Raw Dogs. This is your favorite podcast about going fast and playing games. And we're here to
Not in that order.
We're here to talk about races today.
Yes, we are.
Yep.
My favorite race is the Monaco 7.
Okay.
Is that a real one?
No.
I'm Brad.
This is going to be a great episode.
This is going to be entertaining at the very least.
Who else is here?
Oh, you're looking at me. I'm Stoy again.
What up, Stoy?
How you doing?
Doing.
Thanks for inviting me. I felt like I invited myself to this podcast,
No,
but I
you're
do
more than
appreciate the official invite.
I frankly need you here. Otherwise, it would just be me shouting at Brad.
Cool.
Just like, don't you understand?
Yeah.
Don't you understand?
The intricacies of like taking, like if you hit the gas at the late of the apex, you're going to like spin out.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you had to change your oil in your car, too.
Yeah, you do.
You do. Not
Actually,
often.
one of the original Gran Turismos, like I think it was 2 or 3 or something like that, you legitimately had to do that.
No, you do in 7 as well.
Oh, you do? Okay.
You're Dylan.
Oh man,
Yes,
I never did. You're
no,
right.
it's-
You got
it's
to
me.
you got to wash your car too.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm already starting.
It's me, Vin Diesel.
It's all about family.
It's all about family and cars.
And if you're
I
listening,
need you for a mission to Dubai.
if you're listening, you can drink.
sounds-
You
son
can
of a
drink
bitch, I'm
any
in.
beer. You can drink any beer you want while listening, as long as it's a Corona.
Yeah. What a sponsorship.
That's a Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, I know. At all their cookouts at the end of these things, it's like, wow, I really survived that fall.
This is my mom.
This is what I care about.
So for today's episode, it is about racing games. I did a small outline, just a brief history. We'll run through that pretty quick, and then y'all can just talk about Gran Turismo as much as you want then.
Tell me, Brad, have you played a racing game since knowing that this was going to be the podcast?
I intended to, but I didn't get to it.
You could have played Forza Horizon 5.
I have a lot of them. I have TT Isle of Man.
Ooh, I can talk about that one. I can talk about motorcycle racing games because that's a whole nother beast.
I have my favorite racing game of all time is Rally Sport Challenge 2 for the original Xbox.
Really?
I played the fuck out of that game back in the day. I probably put over 50 hours, and I felt like I still barely started like knocking out all the races.
Is that mostly it's not a dirt rally, is it?
It's dirt
It's dirt
rally,
rally?
it's ice rallies. It's so many different tracks, and they break them up, and they have different weather, and
It's kind of arcadey.
it's a little arcadey.
Yeah. It's not like the WRC games now where you literally have to think hard about how fast you take your turns and
Well, and then you have to turn so much earlier.
yep.
Yeah.
That
It's,
it was the glorious time when they still had custom soundtracks. So my own music was on my Xbox, and it would play through instead of the soundtrack, and that that is for a driving game so much replayability.
100%.
Crawling in my skin.
It might have been on there.
It probably was.
It might have been.
I had a lot of Marilyn Manson back in the day.
The beautiful people. The beautiful
Literally.
people.
If it was on a Tony Hawk soundtrack or Punkorama, it was definitely on.
You know what? The one thing I'll say, spoiler alert, for Gran Turismo 7 is that bass soundtrack sucks balls. Turn off all the music, turn it all off. I don't mind the classical music. That's fine.
Yeah.
But I cannot handle whatever type of overly what do you call it when is it like butt rock where like they use too much cymbals in their music where it's like tss, 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 and it's like just shitty kind of like feelings are feelings and you know what I mean.
Yeah, and it's like a hard chugging like
Yeah.
riff line.
I like
yeah.
those lyrics. That was actually really good.
I mean, it's basically close. It's how I sum up things these days. I am become old man, pooper of toilets.
Yep. When you start looking at Third Eye Blind as being a classic band, classic rock band, yeah, you've embraced the old man.
Man, I was watching some history of racing games on YouTube in some preparation for this, and looking at some of the graphics for like the first like Need for Speed for the Xbox 360 Most Wanted, seeing that color like variant where everything was brownish yellow tinted and kind of beige, it just made my heart feel sick.
Well, yeah, it was a different time back then.
It certainly was.
Well, I did make a small outline. July 1973, the first racing game, from what I could find on lists. Now, I wasn't there, but...
Hold on, let me guess. Go.
Yeah. It's really the first open world game. Space Race. It was the second game developed by Atari Incorporated.
Space Race, I might have had that.
You control a rocket ship with the goal of being the first to move their ship from the bottom of the screen to the top with some, obstacles in the way, avoid asteroids. May 1974, Grand Track 10. It's an arcade game. You drive a car along a racetrack viewed from above, avoiding walls of pylons and trying to pass as many checkpoints as possible. Control with the steering wheel. Made sense, racing games, it's about immersion, and what you want is that feeling of actually being behind a car.
I think that's what a lot of people want, especially car enthusiasts. But for the most part, people just want Mario Kart. Let's be clear. Most people just want that.
Yeah.
When we started the Discord conversation, the amount of people that were like, Mario Kart, Mario Kart, Mario Kart. And
It's just like,
it's a racing game, but there are...
it certainly is.
There's spectrum. And there is realistic racing games, arcade racing games, and fucking Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kart racers.
Kart racers in general.
Colloquially. Even when they're not really kart racers, if they have the same like physics and goofy like aesthetics and like items to use, I would count that as a
Are we going to
kart
talk
racer.
about Combat Kart with a K?
What are you talking about, Twisted Metal?
No, there was what was it? Mortal Kombat Armageddon that had
no, I don't
a
know this.
kart racing game in it.
There was also a WWF like Twisted Metal game, wasn't there?
Yeah, I
What the
don't think it
fuck?
was WWF themed.
WWE.
I
I
think it
feel
was
like I saw John Cena in a monster truck or something.
okay. I don't know if it was WWE. Well, whatever it was at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, there's the amount of kart racers out there are just like it seems like every subgenre has a kart racing. Like actually, Sega Sonic All Stars was actually kind of fun.
That first one from 2013.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's
Sonic
good.
R, great.
Oh,
Sonic
sure.
R rules.
Sure.
Yeah, man.
Sure.
So good.
If
So
you,
good.
if you, if
It's
you
almost
love,
as good as Sonic the Fighters.
okay, I'll give you that one. If you don't mind, like falling off the track like every 10 seconds.
Being the dynamite. So Grand Track 10 actually had a steering wheel, accelerator, and brake pedals, gear stick.
That's kind of insane.
Yeah, especially for 1974 arcade game. That's when it was just popping off.
I wonder how
Yeah.
much those peripherals cost these days.
I bet they were cheap as shit and broke often.
Oh, God.
Speed Race came out in 1974, also known as Racer and Wheels in North America.
Man, back when they could just name something Combat or
Yeah.
like
Fight.
Fight.
Jump.
Karate.
Wheels.
Karate Legends. The story of so-and-so.
Fast.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Speed Race, for the first time, used scrolling graphics, prevented an overhead view of a racetrack, and a steering wheel was used to control the sprite of the car. So, yes, scrolling graphics, the track was bigger than the screen. You don't have anyone racing against you, but there are other cars to provide obstacles.
That sucks.
Like traffic?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's literally just avoiding
It's
traffic.
just
Yeah.
traffic.
Yeah.
That's annoying.
Reminds me of Road Rash.
Oh, yeah.
Night Driver was
The soundtrack slapped so hard.
Which one?
Road Rash.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the first couple.
Just kicking and
Yeah.
whipping people with chains. Yeah, man.
Night Driver for the Atari 2600, 1976, was the first game to feature a behind-the-car view.
I own this
You own Night Driver.
for the Atari 2600.
Do you have a working Atari?
It's spliced so I could make it work on my grandparents' old CRT way
Okay.
back in the day. Working, I imagine it could,
Yeah.
but it would take some doing. So it took a little bit of doing. So I think I would need to buy specific parts to make it work again.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it doesn't have those plugins like in the old days. It had literally, it's like one of those ones where you have to unscrew and then clamp it on.
Yeah,
and
the
then,
coax.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so
Oh, those are the days.
I don't know if it would work, but it worked 14 years ago. I still own it. It's hanging out in my house.
Now, also in 1976 was F1. This is released by Namco and officially endorsed by F1.
Wow.
Used a racing wheel controller interface, accelerator, gear shift speedometer, and tachometer. Rather than a digital or CRT screen, this featured a circular track on film that was projected on screen, which is fucking weird to me.
That sounds.
That's what?
Especially at that time.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I imagine it broke often. Mm-hmm. Rally X, 1980.
Lovely game.
Yep.
That is an arcade Namco classic. It's one of my favorite ones to play in those like quad machines. The ones where it has like Dig Dug, Pac-Man, Ms. Pac-Man, and then Rally X. And there's always another one. Is it Galaga? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Galaga.
I don't know if I've played this one.
Rally X is where you have basically like this gridded like overhead view, and there are a bunch of other car enemies trying to like track you down and hunt you down and crash
Yes.
into you.
I know
And
which
then you
one
can
you're
use-
talking about
Yeah,
now.
and then you can use oil slicks and stuff to make them spin out.
It's
and
not
keep
really a
them away.
race, though, right? Like, it's just...
It's not a race.
No, it's like
Survive.
yeah, and I think they redid this a couple times.
Yeah,
I think
they
the
did.
last time was like PS1 era or something.
Honestly, it's a great premise for a game. But that was always my favorite when my mom brought me to the bars.
Yep.
You know,
Very
The
cool.
good old days.
keep me shut up.
Yeah. Hey, here's some quarters, kid.
You got a lot of play out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1982, pole position.
There we
Pole
go.
position's good. At the Garcade over in Menominee Falls, they have pole position. And it's still in excellent working order.
The sit down.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Those are notoriously hard to find
yeah.
because they have the stand up ones, obviously, that are a dime a dozen. But yeah, the sit down ones are the ones that I remember a time years ago where you could buy an empty one of those cabinets for like $50, $75.
Damn,
And like
really?
a lot of people are turning it into their own like personal, like, you know, arcade sim. So, like you slap a TV in there and a maybe an Xbox steering wheel, and
Well, my goal is to have 5 TVs and they surround me in full surround.
hell yes.
Or just get a steering wheel controller for your VR.
Well, that's what I'm going to do, but they cost a shitload of money for the PS5.
How much? 400?
Something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
But then I need the stick and the pedal. So that ends up,
And a table.
well, I can make the table.
Well, no, it's just like that extra process is such a detractor for me doing that.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
But you
I
would
have-
actually be in there all day. You should have an entire room dedicated to your
Well, I
Gran
have
Turismo.
I have one of those weird gamer banana chairs from years ago.
Oh, the rocker.
The rocker.
Yeah, I have one too.
I can stationary that, and I can use that as the seat. And if I keep this low to the ground, I can make a table that can go over, so I can just sit there and have the pedals where I need them to be.
Yeah.
And then have the wheels where I need them to be, and find a way to socket it in.
You
almost.
should attach a seat belt to your rocker for added immersion.
I don't need that, man.
Get the rocker too that like
I'm free.
goes with the
Because
music.
you got to
and-
buy one of those like 5-point, steering.
that's
you know,
expensive.
That's getting in the
That's
weeds
really
there.
pricey.
And
Yeah.
if it was like a raining one, I can just spray water in your face the whole time.
I mean, it depends on if I have an open face car, but
You need a full face helmet then.
Yeah.
You need obviously.
but then
one
I
of those-
couldn't wear the VR goggles.
That's true. Yeah. So yeah, we're getting into the weeds here.
No, but I need a stick because I like playing in manual now,
Yeah.
especially for practice.
I mean, if you're going for realism, that's the only way you want to race, really, right?
well, there are some cars that are automatic by default.
Or like paddle shifting.
Paddle shifting would be nice.
Yeah.
And honestly, if I had paddle shifting,
we're talking about in the real world.
paddle
mean,
shifting exists
both.
in the real world.
Yeah.
So you can clutch and shift with like on the steering wheel.
Interesting. I didn't know
Especially
that.
in F1 cars, that's the only way to do it. Because otherwise, you're sitting in basically just a cockpit.
Yeah.
So that's the only way to shift. There's nowhere to grab over here.
Mm-hmm.
So because you're tightly compact.
In rally, in World Rally Championship cars, like the rally cars, like the stick is like a long stick. So like steering wheel's here and the stick is
then
like
you pull
level.
it, yeah.
So like all you got to do is just basically just move your hand just like a little bit over to the right and then you're shifting. And the throw is like so small.
Yeah.
Because obviously they got to do it real quick and it's just yeah. You can manufacture that. I've seen videos of guys actually manufacturing that on their own. I don't think you can buy it that way, but
I wouldn't want it.
no, yeah, you got to be really into that.
No. I mean, I can't see myself even modding the car that I have, but I'll tell you what, I'm very picky about the cars.
Yeah, so when I
would shop for now.
had the first PSVR and I was playing, I think Project Cars was
Project
on
Cars,
VR,
yeah,
and
it
then Drive Club
Yeah.
that had a VR mode, which was really good at the time. I built my own wooden collapsible stand for my steering wheel, but I had a $50 steering wheel that I found off of like Facebook Marketplace.
Oh, gross.
And it's like the main difference between like a cheap steering wheel and a more expensive steering wheel is the apparatus of like the steering wheel. So like
into like feedback too, like where
Yeah.
there's resistance.
The nice
Yeah.
ones will give you some rumble, and
Yeah.
they will have the same haptics that a PS5 controller has.
yeah, and like you
So-
said, the resistance, like especially like if you're driving on dirt, you're gonna feel a little bit more resistance versus like a cheap steering wheel where it's just rubber bands.
sounds fucking cool though too,
That
man.
kind of is.
It's actually necessary for races because if you don't know,
You'll be able to feel the road you're
I know.
driving on. Dylan,
Because-
how do you not have this, man?
because I don't have the money for it right now.
You bought Black Myth Wukong and you hate it. Just sell that.
I can't sell it.
Okay,
Oh,
so
you bought it
I think you
digitally.
can buy a shifter for that amount of money if you're gonna sell Black Myth Wukong.
Well, I'm just saying, don't buy anything else for the next 3 months.
I've been playing through Black Myth Wukong. Let's be clear. I didn't just give up and say this sucks. I'm trying to
no,
find
no.
things to like about it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't want to make it sound
I
like
don't think it's. I don't. Let's be clear. I don't think it's a bad game. I don't think it's a bad game. I just don't think it deserves the accolades that it's getting.
It is shattering records right now.
I don't understand it.
Well, I think it's doing very well in China.
Well,
for
yeah, that's
obvious reasons.
Well,
Yeah.
it's like every fucking Marvel movie. It's like it's gonna make something here.
Well,
but
it's meant to be digestible by the masses, and I think it probably looks pretty good.
it looks okay. There's some real bugs going on, but
Pole position, 1982. You had 7 computer players, so it was an 8-person race, and it was Japan's Fuji Speedway. It actually spawned a Saturday morning cartoon featuring a family of stunt drivers. Their names were the Darretts, and it had nothing to do with the game.
Actually, that I didn't know.
Do you guys remember Rubik's The Amazing Cube?
I know a Rubik's
Like
Cube.
the literal.
Was there a
cube.
show about Rubik's?
Yeah,
that
and
sounds horrible.
It was Rubik's could transform into things, and for some reason he lived with a Latino family. That's all I remember. I've seen reruns of it somewhere.
Pole Position got another sequel called Final Lap, and that was 8 players racing together with 4 2-player cabinets. So that would have been pretty exciting.
I'll say.
That would be cool.
We're getting more modern now. Hang On 1985. I believe this was the first one with a motorcycle that you actually rode and you leaned on.
Yep.
Those are the most fun in the arcade.
Yep.
Even if they're not good games,
You still like
you're
doing it.
drawn immediately to them.
Yeah.
Those fucking skiing games, they suck.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yeah, I'm going to play that.
Well, I also really like the deluxe Hydro Thunders.
Oh, yeah. Hydro Thunder. Fuck yeah.
Hydro Thunder. There's
I mean,
a
that's a
Hydro.
racing game.
Yeah.
Well, there's a
absolutely.
Hydro Thunder that squirts water at you.
Oh my god.
Hopefully
mists
they
water at you,
hopefully
yeah.
they repair and fix that, and it's not like weird water or moldy water, or
Oh yeah, you got to change that. shit
Yeah, I would
out.
hope they would. Yeah.
that could go bad.
Yeah.
I'm like having a flashback.
Oh no.
I'm just like, I just went,
It tastes like battery acid.
oh, this is great.
Well, you could put beer in it too. What if it was shooting beer at you?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
And then you're just covered in beer.
Sponsored by Bud Light. Hell yeah, man.
Yes, brother.
The next one's the first one that I played, RC Pro Am 1987. That was my first racing game, I want to say.
I've never played that.
That was kind of like it looked like Micro Machines because at the time I remember Micro
Oh, that's
Machines
the
were
one?
high. Yeah, where it's like overhead and it's like you're basically
Yes.
following like almost like a figure 8.
I have
Y-
played
and you're
this.
not-
making sweet jumps and
It's,
everything.
it's tank control.
Well,
yes,
It's not tank control.
Well,
but
because you have a fixed view and then you have to readjust yourself based on.
tank control to me is left and a right. Like, that's tank controls.
but it's always left and right, no matter which way you're which way you're
Yeah.
facing.
That might
So-
count as tank control.
So
not
like
sure.
when
Maybe.
you're on the bottom
maybe, I don't know.
corner, when you're on the bottom corner and it's like you always have to turn left according to where your car is on the track.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter like which way you're facing or like if you're thinking like, well, if I want to turn right, but like the screen is pointed left, like it's
Well, much like RC cars, remote control cars, right is always right, left is always left.
Yeah.
that is a general rule that I follow
Yeah.
when I drive
Yeah.
currently. So I learned a lot from playing racing games back when I was a kid.
I love
I mean,
RC Pro-Am.
there's actually a Game Boy version of this that is Micro Machine based, and I remember playing it at one point.
Oh, what is that?
It was literally called Micro Machines. I'm pretty sure
There's some good Micro Machine or like
that's the one for the Game
Hot
Boy.
Wheels Turbo Unleashed or something. That's actually a pretty fun game.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That was on one of those free PlayStation ones or on Game Pass. And
It's the only way you could get an adult to play it, probably.
but
well, for the Forza Horizon games had Hot Wheels modes. I think 4 and 5, or am I thinking 3 and 4 or something?
you would know more than me.
Yeah, I mean those were legitimate like tracks that were like that looked like actual Hot Wheels tracks that you built.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
They also had the Lego ones, which was pretty cool too.
that was cool. I think that was in 5 maybe.
that was 5.
Yeah.
Surprised there's not more Fast and the Furious games. They have,
Oh,
they have the arcade cabinets, but I guess it's probably licensing with Paul Walker and Diesel.
What was the one that
Wow.
came out that they delisted from the store within a year? Because I bought it.
Oh, really? They delisted it within a year.
Yeah, they delisted it pretty damn quickly because it was bad, like categorically, like objectively bad. Like I bought it because I was like, oh, this is a fun little combat racing game, but it was just terrible.
I watched a zero punctuation review of it.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Yep.
But I mean, like, that's worth having. That's worth having around.
Yeah, you can't buy it on the store anymore. It's completely delisted. I mean, unless you downloaded it once before and then you can re-download it. But I have a physical copy and it is not worth anything, unfortunately.
It seems to me that a lot of these games are also inherently based on licensing deals, much like football games.
Yeah.
So what's interesting is that if you have one that's before the era where they could like update games all the time, those ones end up being more valuable because those are in the game forever.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas even in Gran Turismo 7 right now, they had standard tires, but they would be different types. Now it's Michelin sponsored. I drove past a Duolingo billboard today in Gran Turismo 7.
That's some weird shit.
Right.
I'm okay with it.
I'm cool with
when they're
it.
supposed to actually be billboards in universe.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is fine. Don't do
Right.
pop-ups.
Well, and then when I'm driving my Nissan, I forget the full title.
GTR?
Of this. The GTR. No, it's the racing one with the dorsal fin and then the really large spoiler. I forget what it's called.
Skyline?
It's a 2016. It's
2016?
not the Skyline.
Okay, all right.
It's a GR2,
Okay.
I think.
X7.
But it's sponsored by
The XR 2014.
it's sponsored by GoPro, and the GoPro is still on.
Is that
there.
V8?
It probably is a V8.
It's actually probably higher than a V8.
Oh,
Maybe a
V9.
V12 or something like that.
It's V12.
That's a V9.
Oh my God. This is going to be a great episode.
Bradley, can you explain to the audience members what V in
Vroom.
You nailed it. You got it.
Ooh, is this a Vroom8?
Yes, it's a vroom 8. Yeah, that means you get 8 vrooms per push of the gas. You're right.
I'm pretty sure I'm right. I'm going to Google this later.
No, I mean,
should have had a V8?
you're close.
Then we got some Nintendo games. 90, 92, we got F-Zero and Mario Kart.
F-Zero rules.
F-Zero
rules.
God, Nintendo.
F-Zero
Nintendo.
GX. Why was there not a sequel to F-Zero GX?
Nintendo, come on.
It's so easy. I could develop this game for you. It's not hard. F-Zero GX absorbed so much of my life. I didn't even realize I was that much of a racing guy
Yeah.
until I played F-Zero GX. Specifically because that story mode...
GX, is that the GameCube?
Yes.
GameCube,
Okay,
yeah. 60 frames a second.
60
Solid.
frames a second. Never wavered.
Never dipped, never wavered.
never
Just
dipped.
still looks good. Great to this day.
The story mode taught me everything I know about racing
That's
in video games.
the most modern F-Zero, correct?
it is.
They
Literally,
made like
yeah.
an F-Zero 50
There's
or
F-Zero
something.
99.
99,
Yeah.
Well, there's F-Zero X for the 64, also 60 frames a second.
Same thing. Completely consistent across the board.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I didn't really like it because, the N64 controller, not good.
Yeah.
But then it was just the F-Zero before that.
Yeah.
And it's astonishing that they haven't
Done
milked this.
anything since then, other than 99, which it's like you're
no,
doing.
they have. They made a game. They made 2 Game Boy Advance games.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
and
Maximum
that's-
velocity, and I forget what the other one was.
That's good.
GT something.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
If they made just like a fucking crisp new version of F-Zero, make it super competitive, I could see that make it into like professional competitions.
Well, I mean, look at Wipeout. That's gone too.
Yeah.
And Wipeout was fantastic. I remember playing that and being like, shit can look this fast.
The soundtrack to the Wipeout series was always really good because it was a UK development studio.
Yeah.
And everything was all like, techno, drum and bass, like
Rave pop.
trance, rave pop, like music. So
Yeah.
like you're jamming to like Chemical Brothers, Fluke, Prodigy. Like the soundtrack was so amazing. I actually
felt
started
like the
listening to it
future.
last week, actually.
Well, it felt like the future.
Yeah, it did,
And
yeah.
what's cool about these games is that it's called F-Zero because they didn't want to take F1, so it's Formula Zero. Literally, Formula 1 is the fuel type, if
Nintendo.
I'm correct. And
Yep.
they were just like, this one's like zero energy. This one's like the shit.
Nintendo in big brain mode back then.
That is good.
Yeah.
Well, F-Zero was a tech showcase that became a powerhouse. It was just showing off the chip.
Yeah. I think that I watched a recent, because they developed F-Zero as like a tech demo for the obviously Super FX chip and stuff. And that's how they developed Mario Kart.
Yep.
Because they were like, well, this more caters to like the hardcore masses. We want something that can kind of cater to a little bit slower, more casual audience. So that's how we got Mario Kart.
Well, I'll say this: F-Zero is better than fucking Mario Kart.
Oh,
on-
100%.
Different things.
They're different things.
Yeah.
I just don't care. They're not the same game. But the parallax is so much better.
One's a unapproachable party game for anyone, and the other is F-Zero.
That's approachable to anyone. You just drive.
Yeah.
I think that'd be
You're gonna be hitting
overwhelming
walls a
for
lot.
a lot of people. That's a fast game, and that is not for lower
Hey, man,
lower class gamers.
Some people don't want a thrill.
Yeah, I guess. Some people don't like excitement.
Some people like a Yoshi.
Yeah.
Some people don't like playing the Vision Cups over and over again because you get to drive cars that go 300 miles per
Jack
hour.
Black
Yeah.
is some people's favorite character in Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peaches, 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 peaches.
Yeah, and that's all that matters to them.
Yeah.
F-Zero, fucking awesome though.
Yes.
Great.
Sega needs to get out and make the new app because they made GX, which is interesting.
They did,
Sega
yeah,
developed
yeah.
it. Yeah. So Sega, you're not doing much right now.
You got some time.
You got some time. Come on.
I have a real vivid memory of, when Nintendo had the seal of approval
Yep.
or whatever? I remember I had saved up enough money to get F-Zero GX from mowing lawns around my neighborhood. And then I was looking at the manual in the car and I was like, Mom, they just don't, they don't put the Nintendo seal of quality on everything. I'm like, look, it's right there. And my mom's like, yeah, fucking hell. I don't fucking give a shit.
You know it's good.
Yeah. Mom, I'm all about quality. You should be proud of that.
Mom, I got a good product. This is an investment in our future.
Yes.
Now around here is where I quit caring about my outline and everything
fine.
other than Gran Turismo. So I will briefly mention Daytona USA, Ridge Racer, Need for Speed. Need for Speed, that was a big one.
Yep.
Anything other than Gran Turismo that is a game you want to shout out or talk about a little bit?
No, that's fine.
Let's go back a bit. And I want to talk about Top Gear
Top Gear.
for the Super Nintendo.
Okay.
Still influential to this day. I think there's kind of like a resurgence of a lot of the old school stylings of that era.
Is it related to the show at all or no?
No.
Okay.
I think it's just obviously a coincidence.
Top Gear has had like 15 seasons, though, so it wouldn't even hit that era.
Yeah, and I know that those guys just put out a trailer that made me cry a little bit because they did the Grand Tour for Amazon Prime for so long, and they're doing their last hurrah.
Well, didn't they like change the hosts? and
Now
then it
who will
sucked?
drive? Now who will drive the cars?
Yeah, what was it? Jeremy Clarkson, he is the head guy of
Yeah, I
the
like
Top Gear.
him. I
He
like
like
him.
punched his producer at
Oh,
Top
yeah.
Gear,
Yeah.
so they kicked him out.
That's kind of cool though.
Yeah, they kicked him out, and then his other two guys, like James May and
Not enough people punch their producers anymore.
well, maybe he deserved it.
We don't know. I don't know.
But the other two guys left.
Yeah, and then they brought in like
They brought in some
Matt
American
LeBlanc or something.
Yeah, they brought in some American guys just to appeal to American audience.
Matt
and
LeBlanc.
You know,
Literally.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm from
Really?
Friends.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
shit. I listen. I'm just re-entering this world of cars and car culture. I don't know a lot. Let's be clear.
Do you have Amazon Prime?
Yes, I do.
Go back and start watching the Grand Tour episodes.
Really?
Because it was basically like it's basically Top Gear just with a bigger budget.
I know they're funny,
Yes.
and I know that they test out the cars, and I know that they're like really intense about it.
Yes.
Which actually does intrigue me. So that probably will be my falling asleep show for a while.
Yeah. It is kind of soothing and relaxing. Obviously, I think one of they look at everything. They look at common cars. They look at obviously high class sports cars.
Yeah.
And obviously they're funny.
Yeah.
So it's kind of subtle British humor that if you're into that, then
I
you'll
am.
love their banter. So.
Absolutely.
Top Gear Super Nintendo.
Yes. So that was the first game that I remember having where you could literally upgrade your car parts.
It became almost
yeah.
more of a role-playing game in a way.
That's why I think modern racing games are role-playing games.
They are.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you start with a certain car, and then, I mean, even back to, I remember in RC Pro-Am, you'd collect like money and you'd do small things, but like that was cartoony, whereas Top Gear, there was like a level of realism.
Yeah, like you're winning races, and depending on how you place, like you don't have to win first place every time, obviously, to advance. It's like, well, you have to hit at least in the top 10, and depending on how you place, you get money.
It's like real racing.
Yeah. So then obviously that determines like, okay, do I throw my money on, a better gearbox? Do I throw my money on better tires?
More rooms.
Yeah.
Well, it also
more rooms for your zooms.
Also,
Yes.
doesn't it affect your grid placement in the next race?
Yeah, it kind of does. So like depending on how you rank according to the other racers, like you could actually be higher up in the grid if you're maybe not as powerful, or if you're, if you spent the money and bought that bigger engine, you got knocked down to like, because you're going against 20 racers.
Yeah.
So you could be knocked down to like 16th place if you have like a bigger engine. But so yeah, you could actually upgrade the armor in your car because I mean you're hitting cars all the time and you're getting knocked back. But the music was top notch. The intensity of it, like every car had nitro boosts, like it was really cool. Like, and that they made 3 for the Super Nintendo. The last one, Top Gear, was Top Gear 3000, which was kind of futuristic. I think tried to do the whole like F-Zero thing, but it was all right.
That's fine too. I mean, I love sports games that end up becoming RPGs to a certain degree. When you play something like Gran Turismo 7 especially, you are essentially role-playing as a hyper-popular car collector.
Yeah.
That's essentially what you are. And then you take these cars and then you build them for very specific races. I have cars set aside for literally one race. Mm-hmm. And I know that car is going to whip and dominate every single time in that. But it takes a lot of fine-tuning. You've got to adjust your transmission. You've got to adjust your braking intensity. All these things kind of coalesce into one thing. You also have to adjust how high the car is.
The amount of things you've learned from Gran Turismo
Is insane.
Yeah.
It's weaponized autism is what you have.
Oh,
right
yeah,
now.
definitely.
Yeah.
The fine-tuning aspect of it, how you can hyper-focus on one little thing, I think, definitely gives you a lot of weapons in that fight.
But then it's also the parts that you're getting in general, because there are 5 categories.
Yep.
And you can scroll in between them, and usually everyone just goes for pure racing. Mm-hmm. Sometimes a sport brake will function better than a racing brake, because it depends on what type of car you're using.
Or especially if you're starting out, one of the first things I always like to change is the gearbox and the flywheel, because that increases your acceleration.
In the clutch.
Yeah, in the clutch, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That increases your acceleration tenfold, which is huge in that first lap.
Yep.
Especially if you want to get ahead. Granted, those parts are pretty cheap compared to like, I just want to upgrade my engine, and which obviously is a lot more money. But if you increase those things first, and then you can dump your money into the other things, you're going to see bigger boosts right away.
Well, and also one of the main things I buy right away is a ballast within there. Because if you have a car that has insane, like, get up and go, you need more weight on those wheels. It depends on if you're front wheel drive or rear wheel drive or 4-wheel drive even. But the back wheel is always going to be the first one to spin off on a 4-wheel drive. And what's interesting is if you put more weight on it, you have more initial torque, and it will take you a little bit longer to hit top speed. But that can mean the difference between someone wasting you in the first few turns and then you can't even catch up anymore.
Yeah.
And finally catching up to them really quick. Because the first, out of like a 10-lap race where you have to do refueling and do all that,
Yep.
getting ahead as fast as you can in those first 5 laps is the most critical and important thing you can possibly do. Because if you find yourself, because they can pass you, they'll weasel ahead of you. But if you know that you can get past the next, 7 or 8 of them that are finally ahead of you, you can get a first place on one of these things. It's brilliant.
Is there any gameplay to the pit stop? Or do you just pull in and it's automatic and you go?
So the only one that I remember was Daytona USA. No, not
really
Day,
have to
Days of Thunder.
Like Do you have to do like
Yes.
a button press mini
Yes,
game?
like
oh my god!
if you wanted to change your tires, you had to actually. It was a literal active mini game. Days of Thunder for the Nintendo.
Okay.
Active mini game about like hitting buttons to make sure your wheels come off, they fly them off, and then you put the new ones in, and then you had to have the guy go and fill the tank. You had to have him. You had to literally control him around the car, hit the button to fuel and everything.
I hate that.
It was. I mean, at the time, it was groundbreaking because it's like. You see how fast they do it in the actual races, and then now here it is, you're participating in it.
Well, that's not what I want to roleplay as.
There's a way it could work, but
So in GT7, the way you do it is you go into the pit lane, and then it takes a moment for your car to slow down into the pit, and you can either choose to change your tires, and you can skip that process, or it can go straight to fueling. And that's basically it. But then you have to wait for that little indicator to go all the way up so you can zip out. Mm-hmm. And it's a waiting game, but it's one of the most like high stress situations you can be in.
Gran Turismo 1 came out about 27 years ago.
1997.
1997. Created by Kazunori Yamauchi, who's still heavily involved in the series.
He should be.
Team of started with 5 people, went up to 17. He pitched the game, and they said they weren't interested in it. They wanted him to make Motor Tune Grand Prix.
Motor Tune, yeah.
But
Has anyone ever? Was that released in America?
I'm not sure.
Does not sound familiar.
He just did Gran Turismo anyway. He did it like as a side project, and then he was able to show it to them, and they're like, "Yeah, this makes sense." A lot of role playing elements. The original Gran Turismo had a roster of 150 licensed vehicles.
Yeah.
And
Unheard of for the time.
well, yeah, and this isn't like, Madden where the rights to the NFL is exclusive to one franchise.
No.
Because cars license themselves to tons of games.
Yeah.
I mean, there's Mercedes-Benz and Mario Kart now.
So I think the main thing to remember, especially when you're talking about a brand that makes something that is a potentially dangerous thing that they're driving in, they do have stipulations on how they are portrayed within the game as a brand.
Yeah.
Especially damage, because I know Gran Turismo is one of the only games that literally there's no, I mean, besides arcade racing games, but they don't want any visual damage, nothing like that.
But you can.
I know in some of his earlier games.
Well, the default for a lot of these GT games are no damage, but
Right.
you can turn it on. But you have to specifically scroll down like a huge thing. To
I was
get
talking.
to it.
I know, like obviously, you could damage your engine, you could damage your, brakes or whatever, but like visual damage.
Yeah,
I was thinking
yeah.
of. So like you could like slam it into a wall going at 80, 90
And you're
miles
not
an
gonna
hour,
break your
and you're not
headlight.
gonna, you're not gonna damage the front end or anything
Yeah.
like that. But like in
interesting.
Forza, obviously, that could screw you up to the point where it's like you're just limping across the finish line.
I mean,
or you just hit start and restart.
speaking of though, like Forza, how
Yeah.
do you feel about Forza? I am always bored to tears by Forza. Not Horizons.
No, Horizon was fun. I think it really revitalized the series. I obviously liked Forza because of it kind of brought the arcadey and realism together better than Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo was more like a simulation fest, whereas Forza was just a little bit more brought in, kind of like it brought in a little bit more of the casual audience, especially when I want to say, what was it? Was it Project Gotham?
Project Gotham, yeah.
That brought on reversing time,
Yeah.
the rewind time. Once Forza brought that in, I think that really brought in the casual audience
you can
because
fuck up.
you could fuck up and then rewind it back, try that again, instead of having to restart the race over and over again.
Yeah.
Especially if you're trying to nail a turn, like especially the corkscrew on Laguna Seca. How do you do that properly?
Right.
I think there is a much higher barrier of entry for Gran Turismo games, though.
It is.
Definitely more than Forza.
I got Gran Turismo 3 for the PS2, one of the first games I got, and its level of realism and non-arcadey approach turned me off so hard back then. I barely touched it.
Yeah, it would have bored me back then too. I mean, like that's the whole thing. I was never into like the car culture.
I think the VR is just fucking life-changing for
Well,
that.
I don't always play in VR now.
Well,
Someday,
you've got.
I need to rest my eyes.
You're already like that. You already walked through the door at that point, and then you're in.
Well, and that's half the reason I got it.
Yeah.
To begin with, because I'm like, this is on the front page of the PSVR 2, like shopping list, and I said I like racing. I like driving cars in general. I do it for a living.
Yeah.
I do it for most of the day when I'm out going about my daily life. Why don't I figure out what this shit is all about? So I buy it, and suddenly I'm just like, there's a Dogcast. You can probably go back to it where I'm like, I'm kind of fucking with Gran Turismo 7 because I got the VR because it just looks so good. Mm-hmm. And you can see who's in front of you. The lighting effects are beautiful. And I just wanted like a technical showcase for it. And now I'm balls deep.
100 hours in.
150 now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I race every day.
Gran Turismo 2 had a roster of 650 cars.
Much bigger.
That was the reason I failed my first year of college.
Was it really?
Literally that game. I was like, basically I was coming home from class and coming home and just playing Gran Turismo 2 till basically I had to go work part-time. And I would come home from work and play Gran Turismo 2. Like I never studied. I never did anything. Ugh.
Wasn't that game buggy as shit?
Visually, it was, but I didn't...
I hear there are a lot of like corruptions and
save corruptions. Yeah. I never experienced that, thankfully, because that would have really been bad for me. But
that would have.
I know there was quite a few visual bugs where it was like, because
are you telling me I was wasting my life just to waste my life?
Oh my god! Yeah, I want to say I remember it was that because that and Final Fantasy VIII came out on the same year.
Ooh,
and that was a rough time for me.
Or the best time for you.
Well, I think in hindsight, it was the best time.
Yeah.
When I got that report card, I was like, oof.
Gran Turismo 3 added oil changes and car washes, as well as an endurance.
Does car washing do anything?
Apparently, it increases your aerodynamics slightly.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you can go in and you can look at the condition of your car every time you go to like the auto shop.
Yep.
And it will tell you. And every time I go in there, everything reads as excellent. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, I don't need a car wash. It costs like 300 cred, but that's whatever.
And I want to say Gran Turismo 3, you were talking about endurance races. Gran Turismo 3 introduced the car simulation mode where like you can have the computer race for you.
Mm. Really?
Yeah. Because I remember doing this. There was like a 24-hour Le Mans race in Gran Turismo 3. And I remember like going to work, turning on my PlayStation 2 right before leaving work, turning that on and just coming back and then still like halfway through the race, and I was like, oh, this is cool.
That's really dope, actually. Like, you can just simulate watching one of these races in general. Like that, you created a sport for yourself.
Yeah, like you could set the AI to be like, obviously, how do you want your pit strategy to be? You want it to be aggressive? Do you want it to be moderate? So like it's actually pitting for you, like when you need to change tires, when you need to fuel up and stuff. So, and I think it claimed that the computer simulates how you normally race.
That can't be right.
I was like, there's no way.
It's like when you train against like an amiibo character in Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
That shit, they're not remembering fighting me. That's impossible.
Now Forza, apparently the newer Forza does this. When you play, technically
we're on 7?
Yeah, I think it's just Forza Motorsport now. So I think technically it's
there
8.
was a reboot. Yeah, no, it's 8. Yeah.
Reboot, quote unquote. But when you play offline, you're not technically playing offline. You're playing against drivatars of actual people, and apparently the game learns how you race, and that's how you race against them. So that's why if you play offline, some of the opponents are just like train wrecks on the track.
Mm. So, Camel Toe Lover, our wonderful Tom.
Yep. Great gamer tag.
Is a constant.
Is that his real gamer tag?
It's Camel Toe Lover, yeah.
Yeah. With a K.
With a K, yeah. and
to be 14 again.
you wouldn't know looking at him because
To be 14, Tom was like 25 when he made that game.
Okay, never mind.
yeah, he wasn't quite young. He must have thought it was funny, and I agree. I knew a guy. I knew a guy who named himself the Terrorist on Xbox 360.
Wow.
So yeah, but every time I was playing Forza when those games came out, it was always I was up against Camel Toe Lover, and there's my wife just looking at it, going like, "What's that?" And I'm like, "That's technically Tom."
Was Tom just really into
I think
camel
he
toe
was
back then?
I did. I gotta ask him.
Everybody has a hobby, I guess.
I'll ask Kate.
We should start sending him pictures of camel toe.
Yeah, I'll ask his girlfriend.
Gran Turismo 4 had 700 cars, added photography mode.
It's a lot of cars.
Now, when they started working for the PS3 for Gran Turismo 5,
That was a weird time.
well, it was horrible.
Yeah.
Making anything for the PS3 was very hard for them. So they had Prologue came out, Gran Turismo 5 Prologue, which is like, ugh.
Yeah.
That just seems so odd.
Yeah.
People were all about it.
Hey.
That added 16 players on a track and online.
And online was actually pretty bad.
Online was
those
awful.
Yeah. Like
Growing
just I think the PlayStation 3 struggled with their online infrastructure in the opening stages.
I never was able to get it to work correctly, and I've always had good internet. It's been like, if I'm going to spend my money on something, why like give myself the shitty version?
Right, yeah.
So, I'm always making sure that I have like the highest internet capabilities for the most part, because I don't want to watch my game download for 10 hours. Sorry.
Yeah.
And when it came to playing online, I still wasn't very good, and I never did a clean race back when I got Gran Turismo 5, because I can still win. You just don't get those bonus creds.
Yeah, right.
Now, Gran Turismo 5 also coincided with GT Academy. Do you all remember this?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, this was a television program produced by Grand Central Entertainment and funded by Nissan and Sony Interactive Entertainment from 2008 to 2016. I didn't realize it was that long. Provided skilled Gran Turismo players an opportunity to earn a real-life professional racing career with Nissan.
I actually bought one, and it didn't arrive in time. A GT Academy shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that would
That's sick.
But it didn't arrive in time for the recording.
You could have just said it did, and they wouldn't know, the listeners. But you don't lie to people.
I definitely have the...
We're all wearing racing helmets right now.
Yep.
It's how you
We're
can-
actually in a car.
driving 200 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Brad's
It's my
driving.
it's my Maverick. We're in my Maverick. Yep. You can't hear the engine?
That's because of the quality of our microphones.
Exactly.
Yeah. Did you guys watch GT Academy?
No.
I've seen. I watched a couple episodes at the time, and it still like kind of boggled me how like you can go from playing a video game to a professional racing contract.
Well, one of those guys won Le Mans,
Yeah.
which is kind of fucking insane.
Is that a
Was that the one that was
bigger race?
Was that the guy that was the movie was based on?
No. It's a
I haven't
different
seen
guy.
the movie yet.
That's David Harbour.
The first season, one of the guys in the first season got a very high placing in Le Mans, and it kind of pissed people off. But what they don't realize is that sometimes you can't just take these very expensive cars on the road. You have to be able to experience them without actually having to get in the seat and actually do it.
Yeah, and if you really want to simulate learning a specific track,
Yeah.
like you're playing the game,
Yeah.
you know, all the ins
Especially
and
for
outs of
F1.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I think all the F1 drivers, I think any professional driver has a racing simulation game, and then they're playing either Gran Turismo, Forza, or I think the other one on the PC is Assetto Corsica or something.
And this is one of those situations where the development of these video games is affecting the
It
culture
is.
of real life racing. The fact that now you can practice a course from your bedroom and then fly across the world and go, and it's that same course. It's super informing.
Well, it's also consider that it's affecting other sports too. Like it's not just racing, it's like basketball. All the guys on NBA teams, they have little leagues for themselves where they play like 2K.
And
it's literally affecting the meta of the game.
But I don't know if basketball, you're learning a lot from playing the game. Maybe you're learning some you can visualize the plays, but with racing, the ability to actually see these courses,
Yeah, I mean,
think
that's
it
different.
changes.
Yeah,
It
that
changes
definitely
that.
changes it because racing games now are so realistic that obviously you got developers that come out that actually do, actual track measurements. They're taking
crazy.
topography data.
I've heard it's like down to the millimeter.
It is.
accurate.
Yeah. So like nowadays racing games are developed to the point where like you have like divots in the track that can now hold water.
Yep.
So like there's certain parts of the track where it's like, okay, we know realistically this part of the track will hold water if it starts to rain. So that's a big indicator of like, okay, you want to try to avoid that. Otherwise you're going to hydroplane and spin out.
Yep.
So those are important factors that games now are so detailed that even just the little grooves in the track
Yeah.
are like in the game.
I always wonder because
Now does that water taste like ranch?
It is a
it's-
Topo
or
Chico
is it-
ranch water.
Okay.
It's Topo Chico ranch water, and it just
But does
mostly
it taste like ranch dressing?
No, it tastes like agave.
Okay.
They call it ranch water because
It's from a ranch.
I guess I don't know.
ranch of-
I love it. It's
I always saw those
A
things.
ranch is actually where horses can live too. It's not just a delicious dressing.
Well,
for
how am I
your
supposed to
nuggies.
put horses on my dressing
Talk about horsepower.
and on my salad? Anyway,
I would never put ranch on my salad. Blue cheese.
The cars.
so I want to share a very geeky moment for me
Please.
about this particular topic is that obviously the most famous track that we have in Wisconsin is Road America up
Yeah.
in Elkhart Lake, and
Obviously. I
yeah,
knew that.
obvious.
Tell me about it.
Everybody talks about it.
The finish line.
It's almost as famous as the Nürburgring.
Yeah, that 10-mile track.
Classic.
Anyway, so I would go to the motorcycle. They have like every year in the summer they have like motorcycle races at Elkhart Lake. I always like basically just camp out for the whole weekend, whatever. So they offer a time on the track. So like where basically like you can go with other motorcycle riders and just ride the track. Technically they tell you like, hey, you're supposed to go slow. Like you have a head car leading you, whatever, just so you're going slow. So inside my head, I'm thinking, I know this track like the back of my freaking head, back of my hand, not head. So it's like I know every dip, every turn, every corner. I know how to take it with speed. I know what to expect. I know when to brake. Like that was all internally ingrained in my head. Just because I've on Forza and on Gran Turismo, I played that track a lot because, hey, this is a home track. Like, this is really cool. So racing it in real life, like, I'm visually imagining myself playing Forza on my motorcycle, and I'm just like, I know how to take this track, brake, lean into the turn, brake, and just like, I know, like, I'm kicking the gas, like, when I'm going. It's just like, it was weird for me. That was the first time I've ever experienced anything like that, where it's like, I know this track from the game, and now I'm experiencing it in real life. Like, it was just,
That's awesome.
yeah.
It does translate. It's pretty much 1-to-1. And
Yeah, it is. I was surprised how close it was.
And the thing that always astonishes me is that I'm just a better driver in general. Even I call what I do on a daily basis peon driving.
Yeah.
Now,
You're just a simpleton.
simple driving, common folk driving, as it were. The little people, if we're gonna do House of the Dragon parlance.
Sometimes little people can drive.
Sometimes they can.
Short round in Indiana Jones Temple of Doom, he had blocks on his
Yeah.
feet.
Yeah, it's
Possible.
So that when you're little people driving,
It actually has made me more like. It's made me more aware of everything around me. I check my mirrors more.
Yeah.
Which is not something a lot of people do when they drive, which is the most dangerous aspect
It really
of
is.
common day driving. Nobody's
Yeah.
checking their mirrors enough. And when I'm in my big box truck at work, I've got 4 mirrors, but they're all on the side.
yeah.
And you only get such a limited amount of view, and then you have to be able to tell how far away the guy pulling up in the lane that you're trying to turn into is. And I've saved myself from a lot of crashes.
Yeah.
More than I think I ever would have. I've gotten into some really tight situations where I could tell the guy in front of me was about to hydroplane. And I actually I pumped the brake. I slowed down. I moved into the other lane. Guess what he did? Spun right the fuck out.
Yeah.
Didn't go in a ditch or anything. And I exited my truck and I made sure he was okay. But I'm like, I literally said, you don't have the tires.
And you
for
walked.
this."
Did you walk up to him and
There's
say,
no
"Game
tread on
over"?
your tires.
I said, are you all right? He goes, yeah, I just don't know what that was. I'm like, when it's raining, you can't do 60 in a 55.
You sent him a link to Gran Turismo 7.
I told him his tires were too stripped.
Yeah.
Because he was driving it's kind of a shame. He had a really nice Subaru, but his tires were like worn to the fucking bottom of the gourd. It sucked.
I mean, a lot of people fail to remember how important good tires are.
Yeah.
And not only in just obviously in real life, but in racing games in general. I mean, that can make the difference between obviously how fast you can take your turns, how much you even need to brake.
Yeah.
So,
Gran Turismo 6, 1,200 cars.
Jesus.
wow.
Yeah, wow. I never played 6.
Released for the PlayStation 3 after the PlayStation 4 was already out.
Oh, I remember this. That's why I didn't get it.
Yeah.
It took so long to make a
I
game
know.
with 1,200 cars.
That's why I played a little bit of it. Like I had it, I played a little bit of it. Because
I couldn't go back to that controller.
Nope. After the PS4 controller, no way.
No.
Gran Turismo 7, 514 cars. Everything, PS5, you're getting that 3D spectral audio, ray tracing. It's amazing. There was a pretty big issue with microtransactions.
Yes.
The pricing of items was labeled by some as being too expensive, as certain cars could cost as much as $200.
If you bought the credits,
During the first month of release,
you can earn that.
Polyphony president Kazunori Yamauchi, the same legend, wrote that while he wished for players to enjoy content without microtransactions, he felt it important that cars reflected the prices of their real-world counterparts to convey their value and rarity. How about get fucked?
I'm kind of on both sides of this because
Just have them harder to unlock.
They are.
which
you
they
can
are.
earn them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All you have to do is enough races. Here's the thing. I have spent real world money extra in this fucking game.
How much?
I have spent maybe $60 total,
Wow.
which is okay because I am invested. I am in on it.
But you
Yeah.
could have unlocked them just through playing.
But-
it takes a little bit longer. So
a long
if
time,
you
yeah.
play some of the higher level races, you are earning maybe 100,000 credits per race. A lot of these, especially the Legends cars, which I only own 5 Legends cars. These are ones that are like models.
Like the Batmobile.
Sure. No.
Yeah, you could race as the Warthog in one of the Forza games, I remember.
Well, like the 62 Corvette Stingray,
yeah.
the C. And
Or the Porsche GT from Le Mans.
exactly.
Yeah.
So you're getting basically cars that have performed very well and they're very specific models. And I understand why they're expensive. You could save up and get those realistically. And the way that there is a shitty kind of roulette system going on here, and I'm not going to defend the roulette.
That thing is,
When you
I
say
think they
roulette-
proved that to be fixed.
With roulette, now I'm just getting the vibe of card
Loot
packs or
boxes.
whatever.
Well,
Yeah,
here's the
loot
thing.
boxes.
For the most part, you can't buy roulette cards. You earn roulette cards. So the roulette cards are they're basically like there's a certain star rating on them, and you earn them by
you can get
You earn them by completing races and challenges and driver marathon, where it's like you have to drive at least 27 miles per day.
Yep.
And you earn it, and then it does kind of roulette. And I'm not going to say I'm not entertained by it because I do kind of like
Well,
gambling.
it's designed to fucking tickle that itch, man.
That little
but
tank.
also you're getting it for free, but you're also earning credits on the side no matter what. Then it gives you an extra chance to get something else. And I've actually hit it big several times on these roulette spins.
Oh, lucky you.
Really? You never did?
My luck was terrible on that. That's
No.
why. But I think I heard that they actually fixed the results. Like some of the mechanics of those roulette spins were actually literally fixed.
The only thing I'm going for in roulettes these days is to get invitations to get the cars from Brand Central.
Mm-hmm.
I have quite a few of them, but some of them are like 3,600,000.
Yeah.
Like I've got a nice Citroen that I made look like Sebulba's Pod Racer almost exactly, but like the most expensive one. And you basically get invitations to buy these awesome deluxe cars, and they always play pretty well. I mean, it depends on your situation. Some of them are just more like road cars,
Yeah.
and some of them are actually like legit racing cars, like the Nismo. Especially the classic style one where the wheels, like it's so aerodynamic that there's nothing in it besides like the framework.
Is that the one with the big wheel wells? I think
Huge wheel wells, yeah.
Yep.
But it goes so fast and has the dorsal fin and everything. And it's completely red. And having to get invitations for those is extremely frustrating. I'm playing for the love of the game. And when I get these roulette tickets, I think they're just a side thing that's fun. My main issue here...
Could it be considered predatory for people that would have...
well, you can't buy roulette tickets.
Okay.
In order to get these invitations, you have to earn, but then you have to hit them on the roulette wheel. So you can buy credits. You can buy... So right now, you can get 2 million credits for $20. And that's pretty good. You can get actually some decent cars out of that if you really wanted to. But for me, what I did...
It's interesting. You're so the anti-microtransaction guy, and to hear you kind of defend it and say it's cool, it's something I don't expect to hear from you.
No. And I'm actually not defending it. I'm putting the money in.
You just said $20 for 2 million credits is pretty good.
That's actually not bad
considering what cars are worth in that game, obviously.
Yeah,
Yes.
but like... if this was unlocking Darth Vader in Star Wars, you'd have an issue with it. Where Darth Vader's pretty cool.
Yeah, but you want a sense of reward when you unlock him.
So I'm not defending it in as such as I could have earned that if I had spent a million years of my time, essentially. Also, I don't think the price points are as bad as people are saying. It's not predatory like the Mega Shark card from Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing.
Yeah.
It's definitely like they're giving you the value for your dollar in terms of, hey, you really want this? Just go for it. And if you're involved in this anyway, you have to be in on it. You're not going to be the type of person that's like...
Would you like the game less if it was just you could have everything unlocked without that much time?
There would be no sense of reward. There would be no sense of...
Yeah.
I'm sounding like EA right now. But, there's a little bit of...
There's a subtlety.
That's why not a lot of people like Gran Turismo, because you start with a Toyota Corolla, and it feels like you're driving that Toyota Corolla forever.
Yeah.
Until you can start unlocking some of the bigger cars and earning enough money to afford.
Do you remember getting your first F1 car?
Yeah.
It feels like the game completely
I'll
changes.
never forget when I bought my first Porsche GT, how stoked I was that I was able to afford a $500,000 car and still have a little bit of money left in the bank, to maybe buy some parts and, tune it and stuff like that. But that was obviously my one supercar. Then I had to almost start over again. But when you start getting those supercars, you start going into bigger races with bigger...
that you can't handle.
Yeah.
It's trying to ramp you in very slowly.
Yeah.
I like the ownership aspect too, where when you get this car, this is your favorite car, and this is, and then you want.
I have over 200 of the cars.
How do you just look at them? Do you go to the garage sometimes? Do you go to the cafe and just
so they
coffee
you can buy used cars in this game.
That was the coolest part. With
you can buy used cars
everything.
with mileage,
but then you have to put money in to fix them up.
Yep.
Not really.
That's all. I mean,
they're mostly tuned.
Yeah, I guess.
Most of them have at least sports tuning, so you're fine.
Which one was it? Was it Gran Turismo 7 where there's a marketplace of user cars,
used cars, and I've gotten a lot of great cars.
Can you
that
sell
are
a car
exclusive.
to other players?
You can sell. Yes,
that's how it works.
There's a marketplace.
There's a marketplace,
and so
the values go up and down based on kind of their own,
the credits
trade.
you can buy. Yeah. On the game can be used to buy cars from other players, and then you could receive credits.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
this is some economy shit, man.
Yeah. It's good though.
It's kind of cool.
Interesting.
It sounds cool. It's just
it's another way to make
video
money.
Games I don't often,
but it's another way to make that in-game currency that obviously stays within the ecosystem. So, I mean, it's kind of like, okay, you know what? I don't need this car anymore, but I know somebody probably wants this Nissan GTR or something like that I tuned up. Especially if people there's people out there that love the simulation aspect that don't want to spend the time tuning. Camber angle, transmission, obviously acceleration and stuff. So
suspension is the hardest thing to tune in the game.
Forza has it where it's actually for free, where you can actually download other people's tunes.
Yeah.
You can buy a car, and then there's an option as you buy a car to be like, hey, do you want to download this person's tune? This tune is more suited for technical courses with a lot of turns, or this tune is more for high speed, straights. So that's kind of cool. It's obviously, you're putting in the work to make your stuff available.
So the reality of the situation is Gran Turismo, towards the end of the game, there is a credits that rolls.
End of the game.
There's an end.
Is there a story mode?
There is a story mode.
There is a story mode, yeah.
Okay.
It is bare bones, and I don't like looking at those dumb little portraits, but especially when like Greg from the cafe wants to fucking talk to you, and it's just like, Greg,
shut up. No one's talking to you.
Greg has these dorky glasses, and I'm like, you don't drive nice cars, Greg. You drive a sedan.
Yeah, you drive in with your Toyota Celica. He's like, oh man, that's a really nice Toyota Celica. Let me tell you the entire history of the Toyota brand. Like, no, thanks, Greg. Thanks.
This is my shitty beat. Let me tell you about K cars for probably 5 minutes, but I did learn a lot. Let's put it this way. This series really wants you to go through the history. They want you to get good at this, and they don't want you to skip ahead. They give you an option to skip ahead, which can be fine, but if you're just looking for an arcade racer, you're not going to find it here, because the faster your car goes, the better you have to be as a driver.
Sure.
Yep.
And the higher performance, the more you have to deal with.
Who would win in a race between you two?
I might imagine Stoy.
I don't know. I guess it really depends
on the type of race.
It depends on the type of race. It depends on the car.
What are you most confident in?
Oddly enough, my most confident car is my Porsche GT3.
Okay.
And I want to say I was a terrible rear-wheel drive car driver until only just recently.
Okay.
So
I tend to do well in, I would probably say like GR2 class. Okay. So we're talking like, man, I'm a Nissan stan.
Okay.
I really like the way they handle around corners. I usually use medium wheels. I like fuel on, and I like wear and tear.
Yeah, I do wear and tear. Yeah. Do you turn off traction control and assisted?
I have all that.
All this off. Yeah.
I do like the guidance lines still.
I do brake lines.
Brake lines are good.
Yeah.
Guidance lines. Do you know what an apex of a turn is, Brad?
Is that like the right angle to come in so you like go on the outside
so that
and
you don't have to
in?
brake as much? Yeah,
I know what you mean. I know what the guidance lines are too, because they're in other games I've played. Yeah.
So obviously the apex is when you want to hit the gas. You hit the gas too early, you're gonna spin and you're gonna go this way.
So I'd say you'd come on the outside and then go towards the inside on the turn.
Sometimes.
Okay.
It depends on where the next turn is going to be. So if you had something like, if you were coming out of a turn like this and then you had to move into this, this
doesn't translate to audio at all.
I know. What you're going to do is you're actually going to cut in, and you're actually going to hit some of the sidelines in order to give yourself more traction. That's also the other aspect that's realistic.
And that's how it's better to slow your car down on those little rumble strips than it is to braking, because braking will slow your car down significantly faster than those rumble strips. Yeah. So that's why a lot of times those rumble strips are there for a reason. They're not there as like a kind of like a reminder, like, hey, you're going to run off track. Those are actually a tactical thing that you want to use. So like, especially if you're taking that turn wide, you almost want to hit those rumble strips a little bit earlier. Once you get to that kind of tip of that turn, then you hit the gas, and then it's like basically the car drives itself through that turn, which that's that timing that becomes so vital. And like once you nail it, you're getting out of turn at full speed.
I create artificial end game points for video games. Elden Ring, I achieved the end point for what I wanted to accomplish. What is your end goal for Gran Turismo 7? Are you working towards a certain race, a certain car mastery? Is at this point it's just more fun, more cars?
Well, I would say the mastery.
The mastery
would be
important.
The Nürburgring. That's literally the tippy top.
They usually the races they give you for that are 1 lap.
Yes, because it's a 10-mile track.
Okay,
and I would say it takes about, like, depending on the car you drive,
30
it could take anywhere between like.
It's 10 miles, but it takes 30 minutes.
No. It would take depending on the car you're driving, it would take between like 8 and 12 minutes to finish that lap.
Okay,
just because it is
a lot of turns.
It is immensely technical. The track size is so small. Yep. There's actually like banks and steep curves.
Also, the track at a certain point, it narrows.
Yeah.
And
Really
then
narrow.
there's a deep narrowing that happens where you're going through the woods, and you do have to slow down in a very efficient manner, because if you brake too early, the other people are going to be like pumping their brakes, and then they're going to be able to get around those turns a lot easier than you. And then there's the idea of boxing people out. What a skill that I learned. It feels like
cheating.
it does feel like cheating, but it's real. You have to box people out. You can't let them get ahead of you.
Well,
Yeah.
it's racing.
Yeah,
I know, but
that's a part of it.
but when you're playing like this realistic kind of game, there's a part of you that's like, and especially when you're in VR and you're looking in the rear view mirror, the side mirrors, you're trying to just make sure that these fuckers can't get ahead of you. There is something brilliant. There's something like magical, artful even about just how, like, you know that feeling when you finally pass someone in that corner and you know you can make that turn, and then you peel through the sideline,
Yep.
and you're just like, eat it, fucker.
Yeah,
It feels
it feels so good.
it feels amazing.
Are you often doing online races?
I have been doing online races in VR specifically.
How many players? Because
That's actually good
16.
because you're probably getting the more realistic, better racers. Let me tell you, playing Forza online is like playing Destruction Derby.
playing with 8-year-olds.
Yeah, you're playing with 8-year-olds
who are getting it for free.
who are pissed off because you just passed them.
So the issue is here's another thing too. I think that this car collecting thing as a hobby, and also Gran Turismo as a completely paid product, actually is a barrier of entry for anyone who might be interested. They're not throwing this out here for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And the people you're playing against online, they whip ass. They are so good. They are so much better than me.
Is there a competitive circuit? Is there like
There is, yeah. They hold
meetups?
tournaments.
They hold tournaments.
Is it ever meetups, or is it always like on? I guess you could do it all online.
Well,
That's
there
probably-
are online tournaments that they hold.
Yeah, and there's teams you can join too.
Yeah.
Obviously, a lot of these teams have like tryout sessions. Where
Have you
like,
done it?
I've tried out for a team. I want to say Forza Motorsport 2 or 3, because Forza Motorsport, I think whichever one it was, I remember I was like invested in it, where I was like, you know, when you would at the end of a race, you would see like your lap time compared to like literally everybody in the world.
Yeah.
I was in the top 50 pretty frequently on like every track.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I should actually like try out for a team. And I remember reaching out to a couple teams, but like, you know, some teams are looking for specific racers with specific skills. Some teams are actually looking for art guys. Like a team has specific like paint schemes that they put on their cars. So like if you're good with, you know, art and decals and, you know, liveries.
It's the library.
Yeah, like, you know, that's your job, is just making art for all the particular types of cars. Or like
Interesting.
if you're a guy that does endurance races or like, you know, classic car races and stuff. But I didn't get too deep into it because like, I don't know, just seems time consuming to be part of it.
Also, there's only so much time in the world.
Yeah.
I've done online races. I've placed pretty well considering. The game actually puts you through licensure tests. That's another thing we haven't brought up.
Gran Turismo is notorious for this.
And they want you, because
So you
let's call it the tutorial, essentially. It will teach you how to do certain turns well,
and if you can't do them, you won't get your license.
Yep.
essentially. So you get bronze, silver, or gold.
And then you probably are
or
racing
fail.
against people that earn the
But
same.
you're not racing at these points.
But when you get those licenses, then you'll be racing against other people that have qualified as.
No.
No,
You
okay.
can skip licensure in general.
This is offline mode mostly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what it does is I learned everything through the licensure tests. I thought I knew what I was doing when I was going in and out of a turn, but there's such a subtlety to it. And if you don't know when to hit the gas and how hard to hit the gas on the apex of a turn, you're not doing it right, because your wheels will spin out.
And they're teaching you before. They're like telling you like, hey, you know, just remember.
The story mode is the best
Yeah.
story mode.
So they're actually teaching you those skills before you do it. And obviously you could try as multiple times as you want, you know, but they don't really give you feedback on each one, but they do say like, hey,
No, they do now.
They do during?
They tell you didn't quite hit this in this certain way.
Oh, okay.
Try doing this the next time, and maybe you can actually get it.
Oh, okay.
They give you words of encouragement all the time.
Maybe I
it's kind
missed
of
that.
nice.
Yeah, it's kind of cool because like Gran Turismo 7 actually has like actual professional Gran Turismo players like in the game, like kind of giving you tips and stuff like that. So that's kind of cool.
They all look like massive dorks. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
So it's like a mirror. Like they have a camera up.
Oh yeah.
That guy looks like me.
I'm like, look, who's that fat fuck with the beard? Oh, it's me.
You realize you're on the loading screen and the screen's black. It's like, oh shit.
Hi, my name is Dylan, but you can call me the Quinine Cowboy. You hit that turn a little hard.
Honestly, I'd love to be a character in Gran Turismo. That'd be excellent.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool.
I mean, I think the thing about racing games, especially realistic ones in comparison to stuff like Forza Horizon, stuff like that, is that there is such it's almost more video game. It's more video game than real life. It's more than the arcade version of things where it's all about cheap thrill. I like the type of games where technical skill is valued above everything else. Where pinpoint, like, when you fuck up, you know why you fucked up.
Well, and you can buy the nicer cars, but if you can't drive them, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
and
really
it's not,
it.
It's not like a shooter where you can buy the better guns and you have an advantage.
No.
Yeah.
Having an F1 car is not going to help you in a race where you don't know how to handle your turns in an F1 car.
I will say though, I don't know. Have you played the F1 games?
I have played one F1 game when it was free on the Xbox One. And I think that was 2017.
Okay.
I think that was the F1.
I will say, like driving an F1 car, like especially in the more recent F1 racing games, obviously those cars are tuned to the point where there's a little bit of flexibility with. Obviously, those cars have so much downforce that it feels like you're glued to the track,
Which is great.
There's not a lot of spin. There's not a lot of like losing control, so long as you know how fast to take that turn. And
It only ever gets to like 150 miles per hour as well.
Yeah, but you can. It's amazing how obviously racing these tracks and maybe in Gran Turismo where you got to be a little bit more careful with engine braking and whatever.
Yeah.
But like in F1, sometimes you're taking these same turns at full speed, and the car is just handling it through it because
Which would never occur.
Yeah, but from what I understand of how F1 cars are, they're balanced and tuned to the point where like you can push them, further than like a Porsche GT or a Ford GT or whatever,
course,
or I mean any like GT3, GT1 car.
Well, its framework is built for like better suspension.
Yep.
Better
Wider tires.
Exactly.
Yep.
You can't reach quite the top speed of any other thing. But the way I was disturbed by how well I could take turns. But then you're using the bumps. You're using the side tracks in order to give yourself like, the shortest distance to anything is a straight line. So that's what the Apex turning does for you. And then you have to consider how your opponents are boxing you out. So you're trying to figure out a way to weasel in. And sometimes you have to plan 5 turns ahead in order to find a place where you can get in front of your opponent to get to boost out.
And let me tell you how important drafting is.
Drafting.
Drafting is critical.
Okay.
Where you're actually like
what drafting is, right?
Taking a lot of the wind resistance out of your car. And that's literally giving you almost like a 10 mile an hour boost.
That's crazy.
So especially if you're on a straight and you're right behind someone, you want to get behind him. And then you're going to find yourself getting closer and closer. And then you just whip past him. The shake and bake.
Yeah.
And that's why this succeeds where other things fail. It's why it's more memorable, certainly, because how many times have you played a racing game where it's just nice cars doing kind of wacky shit? They're
Cruising too.
cruising, yeah.
Stunt track.
Yeah.
There's a new cruising game that's actually really good. It's called Cruisin'
I have it.
Cruisin' Blast. Cruisin' Blast is
Dude,
fun.
that song hits so good.
Let's go cruising. It's
it's so good.
you gotta put it in,
dude. Yeah, you gotta play it. Yeah.
And it's wacky. I actually at the Chuck E. Cheese that I go to for my job, because I deliver them like towels and stuff.
You don't have to say it's for work. You can just say you go.
You just go to Chuck E. Cheese, man. It's okay.
man.
No judgment here.
They let,
up a squilly peep I plate.
so I actually went.
Your boy Dylan's back again, baby.
The maintenance guy Joe.
Hide
he
your
was
tickets,
there.
kids. I'm coming.
And Joe let me actually. I said, "Is that Cruise and Blast?" He's like, "Yeah. It's actually really fun." And he's the maintenance guy on all these machines. And he's just like, "Do you want to play it?" And I said, "Yeah." And then I sat there and I played it. It's one of the best arcade racers out there on the market. On the Switch, it kind of blows, but it's serviceable at the very least.
If there was one thing you could do to make Gran Turismo 7 a better game, what would you change? What would you add?
Oh, Jesus.
Is there anything that like this would set it up even bigger, better?
Less personality from the people who talk to you.
Just less Greg.
Yeah,
less Greg,
Yeah.
less Tom, less of the cafe bullshit.
And I think that's been the
frankly,
problem.
the cafe is not entertaining, and
You don't need it.
That's
you
been
go
the
to a
problem.
cafe and you order off of menus races.
Yeah, and then like you
Yeah.
get
Where they could have just had like
races.
a clean UI, something.
Well, they
simpler.
have in the
There's
past.
a world map,
Yeah.
They have in the past.
and you don't
know,
drive through it.
Forza Motorsport, like basically, it's like a clean UI where you select categories of like, okay, this is a competition for like rear wheel drive cars under level 200 or something like that, whatever, or like this is all on like German cars, under this level or that level. I think the problem with Gran Turismo is that the director is such a car nut that he wants. Like he wants to teach you about cars. He wants to teach you about history. He wants to teach you about all the mechanics and the intricacies of automobiles from like, the early 40s to the 20s to like even nowadays, where sometimes you can get lost in the weeds. It's like, I don't really care about this shit. Just get me in the car, please.
Well, do you remember the opening to GT7?
Yeah.
It is a jerk fest.
Yeah.
It is a massive, like, this is history. Cars are history.
Yeah.
And it literally has like this. It's probably 6 minutes long.
Thankfully,
It's
you could turn
just-
that off.
You can skip it after the first time. Thank fuck. But like, it's just like, man, the majesty of racing and racing history. You want to know what's interesting about this guy? He was involved in a car crash in one of his first cars. And I have a feeling this guy got mentally fucking damaged. And God bless him for it, because he made a really great series of video games.
Yeah.
Legend.
Yeah. I mean, really.
Top 10 best-selling racing series.
Well, GT's got to be one.
Number 10, Asphalt, with 10 million copies. This is for the whole series.
Okay, all right.
Test Drive, number 9, with 13 million.
Which I think it was Test Drive Unlimited had one of the most unique soundtracks at the time, because I had it for the PS2, I think, and half of the soundtrack was Ja Rule.
Good.
Like,
Gross.
It was interesting.
Gross.
Yeah, it was a lot of like really bad like that early 2000s hip hop. I think 50 Cent was in it, and just
50's good.
Yeah, I mean,
Number 8, Burnout, 15 million.
dude, it's
Burnout
such,
rules. Yeah.
Burnout Revenge is still like the one for the PS2, still like to this day like holds up.
I think Paradise is pretty good too.
Paradise is good because that kind of like turned it into an open world game.
Yeah, I like that.
Revenge was obviously just the quick like, hey, let's just launch my car into traffic, and then let's try to get as many tanker trucks to explode
more about
as possible.
stunts.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Number 7, Forza, with 13 million.
Wow, that's pretty low.
Number
But
6,
that's not surprising.
Midnight Club, awesome games.
Rockstar.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
18.5 million. Number 5, Driver.
Driver's good.
19
Driver's
million.
good, yeah.
Driver San Francisco is really good.
Yeah, they've kind of. What was their last one that was
I
just
don't,
like
I don't
trash?
fucking remember.
Number 4 is a game I've never heard of. Assetto Corsa.
Yeah, that's
never played that.
that's the simulation. That's a PC game, and that's simulation to a whole. That's
A different level.
beyond Gran Turismo. Yeah,
That's 28 million.
yeah.
Jesus.
That's actually shocking.
That it's like Arma though.
Yeah, pretty
You
much.
know.
Yeah.
Number 3, Gran Turismo,
Okay.
85.02 million. Number 2, Need for Speed,
Okay.
Rightfully so.
150 million.
They make a title every 2 years though.
They have a lot. Yeah.
And I think they've tried to chase that Underground 2. Underground 2 was obviously their best game in their whole series. And I want to say a close second would be Hot Pursuit. That came out for the 360 and PS3.
I
Hot
like
Pursuit
the
is really
PS1
good.
Hot Pursuit, Need for Speed 3. We played a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what was it? Need for Speed Unbound? The one that came out, I want to say, last year.
Is that any good? Because it's free on Game Pass right now, and I don't really know whether or not I want to touch it.
I think it's good. I mean, I think the storyline is just a quintessential, like, oh, hey, I'm a racer that needs to get my street cred back. And it's like, okay, whatever, the story's fine. But the graphics are actually really good. Like, actually, like,
They're like
really
kind
smooth.
of cell shaded.
Yeah, it's like the backgrounds are realistic, but the cars themselves are cell shaded, and then
kinda
the
like
effects.
that.
Yeah,
So you can kind of have a better visual on your car.
turn the soundtrack off. It's terrible. Like
I listen to podcasts when I drive anyway. It's
Okay,
fine.
that's probably good. But I mean, it's a weird eclectic mix of like European bands and artists that I've never heard of.
Sure.
Which I mean, I think the developer is a UK studio, but anyway.
I just don't like Gen Z music.
Yeah.
Number
Damn
one,
kids.
Mario Kart.
Not surprising. I think it's still like the number one best-selling Switch game, right?
It's one of the best selling games of all time.
152
Mario Kart 8.
million. Mario Kart's only got 2 million lead on Need for Speed, surprisingly, but yeah.
That's really weird.
That is
yeah.
That's
oddly
kind of
close.
shocking.
Yeah, that's close.
These numbers are from like 2021.
Sure. I mean,
I'm pretty
look,
sure it's the same.
I love Mario Kart, and now I feel like I could actually whoop higher ass on Mario Kart, and I've yet to test this out.
Yeah.
Because I used to be really good. I would always face Matt. We all know Matt. And I would whoop his butt every time, and he'd be like, "I'll get you." And then every once in a while, like every 10 matches, he would get first place, and I'd be like, "Okay, yeah,
It's the rubber banding in Mario Kart.
yeah." It's rubber banding. You're not actually displaying skill.
Yeah, a lot of racing games have that. Thankfully, like the simulation games like Gran Turismo and Forza don't
They
have
don't.
that.
No,
You know,
I've
but-
lapped people in Gran Turismo.
Yeah, for sure. But the rubber banding, I know that could be like a tool and a weapon at the same time, like against you. But it's, you know, I see its place, even though sometimes it can be frustrating when you're like in first place, but you can't hold on to it for more than 10 seconds. But if you're in fifth or sixth, you can actually realistically catch up. So,
Yeah. I don't hate it, and I see Mario Kart as less of a competitive game and more of a party game.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. It's like Mario Party. It's just like even the biggest dumb shit in the group can get the bonus stars at the end of all of it.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
pisses everybody else off in the
Yeah.
room. Yeah.
The amount of times I've won doing that when I was little.
Yeah.
It's like I got the most coins. They're like, "Well, who cares? You just didn't have enough stars." I'm like, "Now I do, asshole."
It just was gifted 10 at the end here. I do want to. Have you guys ever played Initial D?
No, I've heard
No.
of it.
I have read the manga.
Okay, yeah. The game, I played the arcade game at Midwest Gaming Classic. Not this past one,
Is
but
it
the one
good?
before that. Yeah, it's really good. It's
I think
definitely.
I was with you when you saw that. I remember you getting excited.
Yeah, because I was like, Initial D is here. Initial D is here. Like I was on that I was on that for a while, just because the drifting is. Besides Mario Kart, because Mario Kart's drifting system is a little bit different, but like drifting is very hard in simulation.
Drift
style
and then
games.
toggle.
Yeah, you just basically hit the brake
Drift
button
and
the
then
whole
go
time.
like this.
So you just
La, la, la,
shake
la,
the
la,
steering
la.
wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, because there's a fine art to it, and I think Initial D, obviously, the whole game is centered around drifting, like 100% of the time.
You're in those Tokyo hills, man.
Yep. Need for Speed has a pretty decent drifting mechanic. You know, I don't really drift in Forza or Gran Turismo unless I have a rear-wheel drive where it's absolutely necessary. Like
I do it in K cars.
the Camaros and the Mustangs, I do, because those are cars that are kind of like back heavy.
What are we
so
talking about? Like the
ZR1,
the demon?
yeah, the Mustang, yeah, and
Okay.
but yeah, Initial D does it so well. Obviously, I think it's only an arcade form. I think
It is. Yeah.
I thought like something similar came to the PS2 a long time ago.
I mean, I would love to play a new Initial D game.
Yes.
Because if it looked like the manga, which is gorgeous and has some of the best illustrations
which they could
of cars.
I mean,
they literally could.
yeah.
But when I was younger, when I was like 10, 11, they were just starting to bring a lot of anime stuff over to the West. And I got an RC car that I had no idea was the main character's car. But it was remote control, and it would actually do the drifts because it had like a bottom kind of mouse wheel that could spin it around. But if you pressed a button,
Yeah.
it was so rad.
Have you ever tried those? I want to say they came out in the PS1 era with the hand controls with the wheel as a joystick that you would use to steer. Terrible idea. I get the concept. I get why, because you could do more fine turning as opposed to just tapping.
I don't
or
know
just
if
like
I
clicking.
could.
I tried it once and I was like, that I can't translate this because you're holding the controller like, for those in listener land, you're basically holding your left hand like a C, and that's how you're turning. Which
So
is
how
just-
most people play Elden Ring, where you got
The furled finger.
the furled finger.
yeah, you weirdos. I don't know how you can do that.
If you get the paddle controllers in the back, you can use those.
Well, not everyone has arthritis, Stoy.
Which that's why you lucky dogs. Wearing I don't know. Sometimes I play Forza with the Elite controller, and like you have the back paddles, which is nice for shifting.
Yeah.
You know?
I will say that the haptic on the PS5 is the best reason, and probably the reason it can never be ported to the Xbox Series X is because the haptic is everything.
When your brakes
gives you
lock
the
up,
feel, yep, it gives you the feel of the road. It tests you. You know how smooth you're racing based on the feedback of the controller, and also just like the very like pinpoint pressuring of the gas.
Yep.
You can weasel yourself into a turn like nobody's business, and then pump yourself out, and then you can do it slowly rather than having to press a button and then hoping for the best.
yeah. World Rally Championship, the more recent ones for the PS5, I buy because of the haptic, because of that controller in general. If you lose your brakes, obviously when you're braking with the PS5 controller, you feel that
can lock
resistance.
up,
yeah.
yeah.
But if you damage your car to the point where you lose your brakes, all of a sudden you're getting no resistance.
Yeah.
So that's how you know, like, oh, my brakes are shot right now because I'm getting literally no resistance when I'm pulling on the trigger. Or like, yeah, your gearbox is broken. So like your accelerator, you're feeling the vibration because your gears are slipping.
You're rumbling it up,
Yeah.
and it's not switching.
No, it's you don't feel the gear shifts or anything like that. So a World Rally Championship that's another level because that requires concentration to the point where literally for me at the end of every stage, so to speak, because like you're not racing against people, you're racing against time, and you're riding on these like the track is this big, but your car is this big, so you're really fine tuning your turns. You know, you're on dirt, snow, gravel, asphalt, whatever. And
He just went from small to large
Yeah.
for the listening audience.
Yeah, I went from small to large. For those in listening,
Accordion hands.
yes, that's World Rally Championship in a nutshell.
Hey.
But where was I going? But yeah, you're racing against time, and obviously you can fix your car in between tracks. But like, yeah, like the haptic feedback is really the reason why.
I might have to try this out.
Yeah. Like I said, it requires another level to the point where, yeah, for me, at the end of every stage, I found out I haven't blinked in the last 3 minutes. And I'm like, oh, I'm like rubbing my eyes like really bad because like I'm so hyper fixated on like, if I blink, I swear I'm going to miss a bump or a, curve in the track.
I have told my wife to cram it once while playing while doing a 15 lap, like it's worth 250,000 creds. And I was like, you have to cram it. Don't distract me. Don't try to show me a meme. Mm-hmm. I felt really bad afterwards, but I was like, I won.
Yeah. All right. Show me the memes.
I'm like, okay, now show me. We're literally, my eyes are like bloodshot, and I'm just like, I did it.
Yeah.
Closing thoughts.
Closing thoughts.
I want Split Second back.
Split second.
I don't know. Like that game hits on another level. Like I said, I talked about it in the Discord where it was like, it's kind of like Mario Kart with like real cars, but you could manipulate the track. So like you gain enough points, skill points, and you can destroy things on the track to ruin your opponents. Like at one point you can have a cargo plane literally crash land onto the track, destroy like half the racers, as long as you time it right, so you don't get destroyed yourself. And then that completely alters the track the next time around, where now it's like you're jumping over a crash site. Or you could you're racing in a shipyard and you unleash a large ship onto the track.
That's kind of cool.
Like and it's the sound is really good. The music is like kind of like a movie, basically. Like Hans Zimmer composed it or something. But
Really?
no, I don't think Hans Zimmer composed it, but it sounds like he would have, I guess.
So it's like
yeah. So I want that back. It's backwards compatible, so you could play it on the Xbox
Really?
Series X right now.
no shit.
But
I'd have to find it in disc form.
I'll go next. I like racing games. Dylan?
Awesome. I will choose to say bring back F-Zero first and foremost.
Yes.
Especially with the popularity of Captain Falcon as a character. Why are you sitting on this shit? It's so stupid. You have him as a fighting game character, and that's how people know him. That's called a problem.
that is a problem. Yeah.
That's a deep and abiding problem. License it out. Nintendo has been doing it now for a while. License the shit out to someone who cares. Because you don't have to care. Just give them the property. Rake in the millions. You're going to do fine. And I know Metroid doesn't sell well, even though it's huge in the West. I know that Nintendo also really just wants to cater to Japanese people first. Because that's how it's a homegrown business.
And obviously they know Mario makes the most money for them all the time,
Exactly.
so they'll just pump out that Mario content year after
And
year.
I love it. I'll eat it up too. Num num num. But I think I want more games like this. I thought Project Cars, the 2015 one, was good, but it's not GT.
Yeah.
There's something special about what Gran Turismo does. The feeling behind the wheel, the mapping in VR of you in the seat. They have to map every meticulous detail.
Yeah.
And every time you sit in there, you feel like you're a part of it. I would say that technically, if you want to play GT7, you might as well spend the extra $500 and get the VR. Because
Well, you might as well just also get the wheel.
I mean, you're going to get lost in the weeds. Like I
VR
keep saying.
first.
Yeah.
Yeah, VR first.
You're going to play with the controller, then you're going to think, I want the wheel now. And then you're going to look to see, well, I want the best wheel. So you're going to spend another $400. And then it's like, okay, well, now I'm going to want a racing seat.
Well, racing is just such... Everyone understands what a race is.
Yeah.
It's the easiest sport to understand. Get ahead. Mm-hmm. That's it. There's no side rules other than like penalties and shit like that. And
Yeah,
I
launching
think
turtle shells.
I think that there's something so simple about it. I think that there's something beautiful about the art of racing. I've started watching. I watched Max Verstappen.
Oh, yep.
I watched him fucking annihilate. I am going to get the Lego set of little Max Verstappen and his McLaren.
That's my
And-
favorite car.
Well, it's a McLaren F1,
Yeah.
and it's beautiful. It's white and red, and I just really want it. And but I will say, first and foremost, people got to play more racing games.
Brad, you have to play more racing games.
What does V stand for in V8?
Valve.
No, Vroom.
It's
Thanks.
the shape of your engine. Because engines are shaped like a V. So like your pistons are going like this.
Yeah, but that's the piston.
So
I know. I was testing you.
There are some engines that are inline.
Special
so they're
thanks to
called-
executive producers Ryan Christianek, Kip
Technically.
Kipper, Brian Ward, Jordan Hoff, Phil Wright, Phil Just Phil, Coldo Gardno, Bryant Ross, Kelly Gutowski, Justin Melly, and Imagine Wagon 69420. We appreciate your support. And I learned a lot today.
Did you actually?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm happy.
That's good.
I'm happy.
I'm glad I forced you into this.
It's like I remember doing Wednesday like Catholic school, and the priest said it's a weird thing where the more you learn about God, the further away you feel from Him. And today,
That's an awful thing for a priest to say.
I was gonna say, wow, okay.
no,
all right.
it's like the more you
learn he's an
understand, the further you feel it in a way. So I'm just saying,
the more you know he's an asshole, the less you like him.
But you know, absence makes the heart grow fonder.
the fart grow
The fart
fonder.
grow
the fart grow under.
the fart grow longer.
What I was trying to say is I've
Title that
learned-
episode this way.
I've learned that I know even less than I thought about racing.
I honestly, Stoy, thank you for being here because
Thank you for the
if I had just yelled all this shit at Brad, I would have no one to bounce off of.
And this hangover would have made it even worse for me.
But I mean, like, truly, you know what you're talking about. I hope I at
Thank
least
you.
sounded
No,
like
definitely.
I
Thank
did.
you. Like I said, this has been a long time dream for me. Even when I was running a podcast, anytime I talked about racing games, I'd get that glazed over look where it's like, when is he going to be done? You know, so I am very grateful for this opportunity.
So when are you guys going to be done?
I did see that look in your eyes a couple times where you're like,
no, and it's just, I'm happy that you guys are both here to talk to each other about it because this is something I know not a ton on.
Well, once I get you in the seat, once I get you in the driver's seat, buddy,
yeah,
we're gonna make it happen.
it's gonna change. It's gonna change your life.
too.
Yeah, sure, I'll do it.
Thank you.
Get a fan on him too.
Oh yeah, I gotta clean out my fan. It's got all the dog hair in it.
Take care now.
Bye.
Bye bye.